The light bulb was thought of in the 1870s by Thomas Edison, and it wasn't patented until the early 1880s. This bulb used a carbonized bamboo filament. This filament could last up to 1200 hours. This bulb became known as the bamboo bulb, and it was marketed by the Edison Electric Light Company. This bulb was the first known incandescent light bulb to be created in the 1800s. So this picture and quote from Thomas Edison is actually one of his most famous, because it kind of shows his mentality when he was trying to create the light bulb. As in, like, you know, he tried it so many times and finally found one way that it will work and 10,000 ways that it won't. This diagram actually is really helpful in understanding the parts of an incandescent light bulb. Here you can see that this green wire on the left is the contact wire to the foot, which contacts the electrical connection through the socket. The blue contact wire on the right contacts to the base, which just connects to the metal, no type of connection to the socket at all. And then that curly-Q piece in the middle is called the filament. It wasn't until 1904 when Sandor Just used tungsten as a filament and realized that tungsten is probably the #1 material that could be used for a filament, and that is what we still use today. The reason we use tungsten over carbonized bamboo is because it has an abnormally high melting point, which is really important so that the tungsten can give off photons so that we can actually produce long-lasting light. Here we have a timeline in like the history of lighting that shows the ancient Egyptians all the way up until like 2006 with the LED lights. This diagram shows the evolution from candles to oil gas lamps to incandescents, fluorescents, CFLs, and LEDs. LEDs are mainly used for cars, flashlights, things like that. In these next two pictures, they're graphical elements that show the uses of types of bulbs, the best uses for them, and the energy used by different types of bulbs. This next image shows a picture of Nikola Tesla on the left and Thomas Edison on the right. The reason both these men are important is obviously we know why Edison was important because of the invention of the light bulb, but Tesla was important because he refined a way to use AC current, which is also known as alternating current. But alternating current's rival was DC current, and Edison was the one that refined a way to use DC current. Today we use mainly alternating current because it's more powerful and it doesn't need as many adapters and things like that. But the block you use to charge your cell phone turns that AC current into DC current for the purpose of charging your cell phone. So during this so-called war on currents, or war of the currents, Edison decided to try to show the dangers of alternating current by using it to see the effects of it on like the human body, but he used an elephant instead of a human. As we know, like household electricity, you know, you never want to shove a crayon or anything into an outlet, so obviously it does have its dangers. And when Edison did this elephant experiment, the elephant did end up deceased, and he got a lot of bad rap because he killed an innocent animal just to prove a point. And just a little history on the whole elephant thing. Edison did try this experiment on dogs, cats, and other small animals before he tried the elephant. He did the elephant in public, everything else was kind of in the privacy of his own home or lab. And Topsy the elephant was a circus elephant, and she was abused in the circus, and she publicly like mauled one of the circus people because they were hitting her with pitchforks and burning her with cigars and things like that. So that's why they decided to kind of put her down, but it still was a very horrifying topic.